Michael, good morning.
Good morning, Stephanie. How are you doing?
I'm so well. Thanks so much for taking the time to do this. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Is this your first dive into sci-fi as far as film or television is concerned, or have you done this? No, because you were in Castle, right? So that was mystery. That wasn't sci-fi.
Yeah, that was kind of, I'm trying. It's a good question. I think this is it. I think this is my first time to do a sci-fi kind of thing. Yeah, I think you're right.
So what drew you to this project? Because it's very different from everything else that you've done up to this point.
Well, I'm the script, and I was I read. I had shot a pilot for. I had shot another pilot, and it didn't. They weren't sure if they were going to make it, so we were kind of like waiting around. And then I read this script, and I thought it was so good, so interesting and good and unique, and I hadn't read anything like it. So I went in what they call second edition, which means this other pilot still has me, but it's not looking, it's not looking like it's going to get made. And so, so then I went in and read for this thing, and then I got released from the other thing, and then lucky for me, the folks at NeXt brought me on board. I just thought it was cool. I hadn't read anything like it. It's a really fun ride.
We're joined right now by Michael Mosley. You know him from Scrubs and Castle and Ozark, a whole bunch of very different roles. That's the fun thing about you, Michael, is you show up in these comedies and then you show up in these dark dramas. What do you prefer to play? Do you like to play up the humor in things, or do you like to go super dramatic?
I like to do both. I mean, if I've been like when I was doing I did Sirens, which is a comedy that was on USA that Dennis Leary and Bob Fisher produced, and I did that for a long time, and it was so much fun. We did it for 2 years, 2 seasons, and and then I got out of that, and then Jason Bateman and co were like, well, come on out to the Ozark and do this like dark. I don't know. I like to do both. I don't want to get kind of in one lane. I like to explore.
Absolutely. Michael Mosley, the new show on Fox is a sci-fi thriller called NeXt. Did the whole COVID debacle affect filming for this?
No, we actually left out. We wrapped we wrapped season 1, hopefully season 1 out of many seasons of the show. Mm-hmm. We wrapped the first season right at the beginning of COVID, right when the world, right when America started to kind of realize COVID was no joke, and we were all going to have to be benched and go home and sit still for a while. So we literally wrapped, and then got on a plane, and the guy got back to LA, and then everybody was like, and then our mayor was like, all right, everybody sit down now. No one's going anywhere for a while. So it didn't affect our shooting. It affected our release in some way, but it's kind of above my pay grade. We were supposed to come out in the spring, but they punted until the fall, which I think it's better. I think, I'm excited. Unfortunately, we have a captive audience right now because people are kind of forced to kind of sit still.
Well, I think that's the best of all worlds right there, giving somebody something new to watch. That's been the big problem with everybody staying home. I know I've had this conversation several times. What are you watching? I ran out of things. What are you watching right now, Michael, when you're just sitting and waiting for the next big thing to come your way?
You know what? I watch everything. I have actually, I've been watching the show Utopia on Prime. I think it's Amazon Prime. Amazon. It's called Utopia. Have you seen this?
I have not. No.
My friend Ashley Lathrop, and I worked with her on Sirens, and my buddy Chris Denham, who I've known for years. I was in a band with this guy back in New York back in the day. He played bass, and I played drums. And he's on this show. It's called Utopia. So I'll give them a plug. It's a really cool, really weird show. You should check it out.
Okay, I definitely will. Is it in the vein of like a Black Mirror kind of weird show, or
It's like it's kind of like it's like a weird heist kind of movie, but it's about a comic book. You know who else is in it? Is John Cusack is in it.
Never heard of him.
Rainn Wilson is in it.
Never heard of him either.
Never heard of those?
I'm totally kidding.
Yeah. I know there's some rookies. You know, they're hopefully they'll have careers.
Right. Hopefully this is the thing that sort of gets the ball rolling for them. Michael Mosley joining me right now. Again, the show is on Fox. It is called NeXt, opposite John Slattery. Gonna give him a plug too. So what's, I hate to use a pun, but what's next for you? Obviously, we want this show to continue for season after season, but you do get some time here and there to go do other projects. Do you have some irons in the fire? Do you have anything that we can look forward to other than this new Fox show?
Yeah, I mean, I optioned a book a few years back called Brother's Blood, about a murder that happened in my hometown, and in Cedar Falls, Iowa, where a guy named Jerry Mark rode his motorcycle from Berkeley, California. It was 1975, and he rode his motorcycle from Berkeley, California to Cedar Falls, Iowa, and he's convicted of murdering his brother's wife, and their two children in their beds while they slept, and then getting on the motorcycle and driving back to Berkeley.
Whoa!
And so I've been trying to turn this into I got a writing partner and producing partners, and we're in development with a company, and we're trying to turn that into a series.
Wow. Okay.
Like a mini series.
So a comedy then, something lighthearted that the whole family can enjoy.
It's definitely something for ABC Family.
Yeah, right. Well, please come back whenever that finally gets greenlit and you're able to talk about it. And of course, we'll have you back for season 2 premiere of NeXt on Fox. Good luck the rest of the way, Michael. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks, Stephanie.